Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be dissertating and talking about Jupiter in major adverse aspect to the North Node in a natal horoscope. As most of you know, the North Node is connected with our soul's purpose or mission. We look at this as something that we accentuate or emphasize more in the second half of our lives, generally after the age of 30 approximately. And we look at the Jupiter's connected with higher thinking. It's about religion, long journeys, the abstract mind, profound thinking. It's been referred to as the Great Benefic. It's generally benign planet. I say generally because sometimes I think Jupiter in the chart can sometimes expand something, and it's not always good. But I look at Jupiter for the most part. It's a good positive planet, and Jupiter is connected with philosophy as well. So anyway, people, the first thing when I look at these aspects is somebody has Jupiter in a major adverse aspect to the North Node. I think sometimes when we see Jupiter negative to planets, we can see sometimes some kind of distortion in the happiness, the jocular side. This person may have some periods where they seem like everything's okay and copacetic and very happy for a while. Then there might be some shifts into despondency for some time. This person may feel a conflict between what their philosophies are and what I guess we could say that North Node, it might conflict with what their mission may be to some degree, or you could say their destiny, or what they want to emphasize, say after the age of 30 approximately. If we take somebody, for example, that has, say they have Jupiter in Leo, and Jupiter obviously tends to do things on a very large scale. Now, on the positive side, Jupiter can be very magnanimous and generous, but it could also be extravagant, and Jupiter in Leo person might be somebody that wants to put a lot of emphasis on their own, I guess you could say, their own personal, their recognition, acclaim or adulation and attention to themselves. And if it opposes the North Node in Aquarius, as an example, this may conflict with the possibility of pursuing their mission, or their soul's purpose, and things that are connected with humanitarian group efforts, and just more developing as far as the development of their individuality or their uniqueness, which could come through some kind of science or innovation, inventing, for example. So Jupiter is in adverse aspects, and the fact that it's the big planet, and certain times we know it can't always be good. And we look at this, and it could be possible that the beliefs that were indoctrinated in this person, or maybe the ideas that come from their contemporaries, their peers, or for whatever reason their philosophies might not always conform with what society or the consensus of society may believe. Their beliefs may be either, it could be behind, or it might be further ahead in time and might be more progressive. So you might have it either going either direction as far as that goes. We look at this placement, and it could show the person that maybe what they pursue with their North Node may conflict sometimes with their happiness, or the expansive side of the nature, or conversely, the Jupiter, whatever they're trying to attain with their happiness might sometimes conflict the things that they enjoy, that they revel in, that this person really likes to indulge in as far as the fun side of their lives, could conflict with what they're trying to do as far as their purpose, whatever their purpose or their mission that they feel compelled to do. So you either have it going one way, you might have the happiness be conflicting with the north nodes of their mission, or you might have the north node, the mission destiny thing might be conflicting with the happiness. So this could go either way for someone that has this placement. This could be somebody whose religious beliefs might not always be accepted by their contemporaries, or by, I guess you could say, the society in general. Or we look at this could be somebody that could either perhaps go very strong, put much emphasis on religion, and maybe or just to be the complete antithesis and maybe not, or it could show a vacillation for being maybe at times in their life putting abundance of energy into their religion, and then perhaps at times maybe not doing so, and going in the other direction, and not necessarily losing any religion, but maybe just not putting as much emphasis on it at other points in their life. So you can see a fluctuation or vacillation as far as this goes as well. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Jupiter in major adverse aspect to the North Node in the natal horoscope. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be dissertating and talking about Saturn conjunct the North Node in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis on a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.